Hi, chat. Give me one more second. Figuring things out here. I would be much more excited if I knew what was getting messed up here. And now I've got weird noises that I have no idea where they're coming from. But hi, hello everyone, welcome. I'm Chef JT. A little bit of a rough start here tonight. "30-minute delay because I just happened to forget spinach when I needed spinach for this dish very much." Hello, Will. Hello, they can see me. Oh, that's what it is. Much better. Much better. He was trying to play the music out of my side speakers here. Go away, Windows. I have made it 2 times. One time I did it thick and came out looking gorgeous. And then one time I did it purposely thin. And it wasn't bad, but could have been better. The thin one was more recent, and I made a gravy for it when the whole idea of chicken cordon bleu is the cheesiness inside of it, the Gruyere. You don't really need a sauce sort of a mentality. Hi, Buns. Boo. No. Absolutely not. No. Got some shiitake, some creminis. Got spinach. Got broccoli. And we're mixing all that together tonight. No kale. Yes, Buns is also in the past sponsored Kale Week and Vegan Week and Vegetarian Week, I think, too. Get with it, Jay. Cooking time. Hey, Ozzy. Didn't even say how much you paid. But I mean, Ohio, it'd have to be like life-changing. Hey, Nan Reader. You do realize that McDonald's is $20 an hour here in California, right? Thank you for joining me, everyone. Cheers. That it is. Rent, real estate, cost of living. Other taxes are high, but they're not that high. But like sales tax here is, 9-10% depending on not just you have state sales tax, and then you have county sales tax, and then depending on the city here in Sonoma, here you have city sales tax. So, yeah. So we'll start by prepping our broccoli, I think. doing florets of broccoli, and the stems we're going to throw in with the pearl couscous, just to use up, keep, slash not throw away. I am going to get rid of the leaves though. Thank you, Buns. You're fine, Buns. But I'm not moving to Ohio. Not even visiting Ohio willingly. Let's live with it. Nope, these are the stems of the broccoli. I sort of feel the same way about Hillary as I did about Hulk Hogan. Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, they're not going to do anything more for us. They had their time. No. Everyone gets a squirt bottle of some sort of pepper sauce. Well, that's annoying, Buns, because I can't see those. Let's get our spinach going here. Oh, we got our stuff set up for our spinach here next. That didn't squish very nicely. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that one. The problem with hard-neck garlic is it doesn't last. And we're getting to that point where the stuff that I have is starting to go. Hey, Trigger. Welcome, welcome. So I'm doing garlic and shallot with my spinach, along with cream cheese, ginger powder in the cream cheese, salt, pepper, and then we'll stuff that into our salmon fillets, which I have one large piece that I'm going to cut into 2 large portions. Chicken last night was amazing. There's still a ton of it left. I had some of it for lunch. I threw some of it in just with bread and ate it like a sandwich for lunch. It's not cooperating. Oh, it's got a nice little hunk here out of it too.
New weekly theme submission.
Now you can't save them up. You're going to keep doing that, Buns. What's our theme? All about the pie. All about the pie week. We can actually do that here for the end of the month. Yep. So I've got there in the calendar now. Let's see, am I showing anything I can't be showing? I don't think so. Does that button work? Yeah, there we go. So, All About Pie Week, 26th through 27th. That's starting actually next Monday, a week from now. Let's see what else we got during this thing. We got anything we can turn into maybe cherry turnovers, sort of a pie. Not really though. They're more like a biscuit. Alright, it should have been this week. Look at this. I mean, pecan pie, pecan tort day, peach pie day, banana. This week is just horrible for the health if you were paying attention to the holidays. And yes, I'm still subscribed to Linus's calendar. For anyone that knows what that is and how long ago that was. And people still add things to it. I don't even have an alert for that one. I need to make an alert for that. I'm starting to get an actual list of things to do. I've been coasting for a bit on stream chat. I need to get going on. I've got a new idea on how I want to do the stats, and yeah, I need an alert for the hair down redemption. It depends probably on your definition of hair metal. I mean, technically you could call Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera. I mean, those all could be considered hair bands at one point. Well, I did live through the 80s, so yes. But I also listened to... There's one that's questionable. Did Ozzy have a hairband period? But I was definitely thinking that Slayer did not have a hair band time. I used to think Ozzy was still in high school. So we're starting in on our spinach now. Got to cook that ahead of time here since we're going to use that to stuff the salmon. Still not convinced how I want to cook the salmon. I'm thinking I'm going to throw it in the oven. How do you think? You stuff it. Well, the reason I'm not being very specific is it seems like people seem to do all sorts of things when it comes to stuffing salmon. Some people do the like butter top, split top, but with the salmon, and like try and fill it that way, or create like an envelope or something silly that way. Some people slice it in half and stuff it in the center. I think that's sort of my plan. Turn the flame down a touch there. Now I'm going to add the spinach in there. I'm just going to do up the whole package. heat off on that. Yay, move day. No more risk of collapse. Ooh, they're even adding special characters in there now. Thank you, Bonds. Yeah, I thought about adding the just ignore best viewers commands that are first time text messages. It looks like they've gotten enough people doing that they're now trying to avoid that. What is the goal? Well, the asterisk there is supposed to be a website that I could find out what the website is if I really wanted to look into it, but it hides it basically from everyone because of a setting that I have set with Twitch. And so they're trying to get people to waste money on things that Twitch bans people for. But there is a segment of people that buy viewers, or people buy viewers for streamers, both of which can get you banned, so please do not do that on my behalf. Just to boost their viewer count, which then can help boost their viewer count, and it makes them look more successful, it gets them more eyeballs, yada yada. However, when you get into the larger picture of things, you get things like them not really with that really their goal. Like, you get people that just hate Twitch because they got banned from Twitch for doing things they should have got banned for. Or you have, you know, dedicated Twitch or YouTube viewers, or dedicated Kick or YouTube viewers that are trying to cause, you know, pain to the other platforms, give me a boost because they're having troubles. It's really a silly world in the streaming world, and it's very drama filled at the top, and it's very much how many viewers you are matters, whether people think you matter at all. We'll start with that and see if that's good. I think that's probably enough. I hope that's enough. You can take this a bunch of different ways, by the way, from here. You can do other seasonings. You can go heavy lemon. You can go tomato. You can... any of those lovely things. We've already got garlic and shallot in there. I'm going to add some powdered ginger. Have more of the pasta than the chicken, but yes, plenty. I was saying earlier, I did take, I ate one of the chicken breasts last night, and I ate about 3/4 of the other one today for lunch with the last of the bread. But there's still the tenderloins and the rest of that breast, and like 80% of the pasta and a bunch of the sauce left. Okay, so that's our filling. I'm gonna throw this in the freezer real quick just to allow it to cool a little bit while we prep salmon. Depends on what for. Get out of here, broccoli. Interesting. Did they actually? No, there has to be bones there. There has to be bones there. Yeah, I can feel 1 or 2 of them there. I'll skin it first. Oopsies. Lost it. This is always fun. This is the fun part of trying to skin it. You can see what a lovely job they did scaling this fish too. That was sarcasm, by the way. This fish is not very well scaled. Yeah, but then you're par cooking it. Did such a much nicer job last time I had a piece of salmon here on stream. Skin came right off. Granted, I could just cook it with all that skin on and still be fine, but how was it, Ziggs? All the scales. Actually, that's probably true. Hot take, chat. Scales may be worse to clean up than glitter. That's more or less what they're engineering most proteins to do. Make it taste like nothing so we can sell them sauces with all sorts of flavors. Rinsing those scales off. Well, orzo is not too different from what I'm doing tonight. I'm doing pearl couscous, which is just round pasta instead of rice-shaped pasta. Okay, we got that all cleaned up and the scales out of the way here. Now let's see if we can't find some bones on either side here. I felt one over here. I guess not. I just can't. I could have swore I felt one right there, but I might have just taken out the top of it or something. Oh well, maybe I'll find some bones in my fish, which is actually my biggest gripe with fish. Like, it irritated me no end when I visited China. Like, everywhere served us fish with the bones in. And not just like the pin bones, like all of the bones. It was weird. I'm cutting through it, so it better not have bones. Dad joke. Oh, dad joke. Especially YouTube dad joke. I did see a photo on Reddit the other day of a dude without arms that said that had a T-shirt that said "Relax, I'm armless." Yeah, there was some bones there. I felt them going through. There's one right there. I think it's just a couple. I think it was machine stripped and they just missed a couple. Which is also the problem with that. Loosening this up. Oh, what's the best tool for doing this? What's the best spoon to do filling? I think I could fill this whole thing with one, but I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna try and squeeze it down a bit. There is a fine line between like beautifully filled and overfilled mess. Salmon was not cheap tonight. I would portion this out tonight as probably a $30 dinner. And that's, I mean, I'm not going to eat all of this in one sitting. I'm sort of thinking this is like a $60 dinner in total. But I've also got a full container of spinach, we got mushrooms, we got some cream cheese. Speaking of that, let's throw the rest of the cream cheese in the refrigerator. This one's going to be the harder one to keep clean, I think. We'll set these off to the side for the moment. Go back to prepping veggies and mushrooms and so not using the stems on any of these tonight. Hey Wheatus. And I think I should actually, yeah, I'm gonna take the gills out of these. They're not quite portobellos yet, but I'm still not gonna trust the gills. Let's do this over the trash. It could be, I'm not going to. I'm going with, you can do ginger with dill too. But I'm doing ginger and garlic. The hardest problem with this, with getting the gills out of them, is not absolutely shredding the sides here, which I'm doing a pretty good job of anyways. It's not going to read pate after exclamation mark scramble. And there's two A's. I bought too many mushrooms. We'll see once I cook them, but yeah, I'm gonna save some of these. I'm not gonna use all these shiitakes. Shiitakes are the more expensive of the two anyways. Save these and probably throw them into chicken stock whenever I make chicken stock again, or actually it's going to be a while until I make chicken stock because I have to make pie next week. All right, so we're starting our, do I want to use the same one for, it'll work fine. Start heating the same pan up again, a bit more oil. Oh, what's what else? Do I want to do shallot or let's just skip it. People got me thinking about the cost of tonight's dinner now. I was like, are we gonna put some shallot in here with all the other veg going in with the pasta? Cream cheese down. So those are our broccoli stems going in there, which I intend to cook down into nothingness, or mush, or completely background to the mushrooms and everything else. And then in with our mushrooms as well. I just didn't throw all of the mushroom in there at once because it was going to absolutely overload the pan. We're overloading that pan as it is, but start heating the oven up here too. Do want to get some color on my mushrooms, but also don't want to burn them. So it's a little bit like you sort of got to play this game with mushrooms typically in order to get a nice sear on them when they're cut this small. When they're large cut, they're easy to sear. You just have to not overcrowd them in the pan. You have to not allow them to turn into soup. But these, you sort of have to let them cook for a little bit, stir, cook for a little bit, stir. It's a little bit like browning, like making lardons or... I want to wait until I get enough color on the mushrooms until I put the pepper in there, or the corn, because both the pepper and the corn are like adding a bunch more water in there. The corn, it's also like adding ice cubes in there. Everyone have a good start to the week. Good work week ahead of you, I hope. Good move ahead of you, I hope. I'm sure you've got everything packed and ready to go, right? Actually, the truth is there wouldn't be a finish for me doing that. Like, me finishing it is, it's in the truck. New collar shopping. Are you one of those that lets the dog sort of try and pick it out as though they really are going to pick out what they want? Though maybe they do. I mean, we're getting to the point here where most animals were like, these things are much smarter than we thought. Which hair did you get cut? Sharks and bow ties. I don't know, these days I could see someone offering a service plan of, you know, we'll do 10% today and 10% next week. I mean, Logitech wants to offer a mouse service plan. I mean, they're even into service plans for car washes. It actually does sort of shock me that we're not there with haircuts. Yeah, they can see me. They still want to do it, though. Like, I mean, they canceled it and say they're not doing it, but they still totally want to do that. All right, adding the peppers in there now. Hopefully it'll get a little louder again because we'll have more water to sizzle. Like first project meal at your new home? That's a decent one, yeah. Add a little corn, frozen corn in here too. Minus that guy. Ew. Ew. A little corn smut maybe. I think that's an actual name of the corn fungus that they eat in Mexico and try to make trendy here in the US. I don't know, they probably just think it's trendy in Mexico too, but Aaron Centros and his mother served me quesadillas.
Right alone. the San Francisco treat. Rice-A-Roni, everybody's got the beat. Started out where cable cars play this song.
Now tried at home before very long.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
From San Francisco, famous for food, comes Rice-A-Roni, the exciting new side dish. Here at last is a welcome change from potatoes. Now you can serve Rice-A-Roni, a delicious side dish with meat, chicken, or fish. And you make Rice-A-Roni in minutes. Everything's right in the box. A packet of soup base, rice, and vermicelli that you brown in butter. Add the special herb-flavored broth, and in minutes, Rice-A-Roni. Fluffy, fragrant. A wonderful change from potatoes.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown.
What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister?
No, Ford has new economy twins, so he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone.
Everyone?
Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is, Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier twosome than this. There's the new size Ford, the Falcon. And next to it, the large economy size Ford, the Fairlane 500. You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced six-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. Two new Fords, two wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
Hi, chat. We're back. Let's start the music back up. So yeah, I got a pan here with parchment. I turned the corn, mushrooms, broccoli stems, and red pepper off. Yeah, I didn't turn the lava lamp on tonight. I used to have it tied to alerts to turn on, but then IF-T wanted to start charging people. little garlic powder in there with our veggies. I'm melting the stock over here for that pan is hot. Melting the stock over here for the... Realizing I'm in the wrong scene here. There we go. We've got this off the heat now. We're melting some chicken stock to make our couscous. I'm thinking I'm just going to bring it up to the boil and throw the couscous in there. And we're pretty much there with our broccoli. We're almost there with everything, chat. The one that makes it sort of confusing for me, they can see me. And I'm not saying that we need to get rid of taxation, because taxes matter for a lot of different reasons. But the idea that the government control, essentially, they say the banks control currency, but the government more or less controls the currency. And then they collect taxes on the currency that they price. I'm gonna wait for the oven to get up to full temp there. Oh, we are up to temp. Nice. So I guess I'm waiting on the pasta then. Did I miss a hydrate? Nope, she's just lying. You liar. Never trusting you again. A little salt to help that out. I'm gonna give this a pan of rinse out. I'm gonna use this for the broccoli. I'm gonna give it 20 minutes. It may need a bit longer with the filling. Why am I doing that for this? Not afraid of soap, I'm just not purposely adding it. It's a fern. JK, a fiddlehead is a fern. Typically a fiddlehead, they're only able to be eaten when they haven't started unfurling. Once they start uncoiling, they're no longer edible. But the very beginnings, very young sprout of certain ferns are available typically in early spring, and you can just saute them maybe with some red pepper, a little oil. Hi, Froggy. Ooh, okay. I guess my webpage for YouTube was a little lagged up there. We got a couple people hanging out with us over there tonight. Hello, YouTubers. Hello, Twitchers. Are you a YouTuber or are you a Twitcher? Are you a kicker? I haven't been streaming to Kick still since the reformat. I'm sort of feeling like their advertising's getting a little desperate. Has Doc announced that he's gonna start streaming over there yet? That was, I think, a problem for Mixer. Because Mixer, like, the core Beam community largely wasn't. But I only bring up Doc because of how big of a person he was in the streaming world. Like, he is a dirtbag that doesn't deserve another chance of publicity at this point. Like, not even the most recent controversy, like how many past controversies, and like, it's sort of like, move on, people, find someone else. But I sort of feel like Doc, like, put this out after signing the ink on a Kick deal. Sort of like the whole Tim Allen thing, where, you know, he signed on with Disney, and then Disney realized that he was a cokehead when he was a kid, and so they put that info out there ahead of time, and so it wasn't like major news by the time he was a star. He's having his controversy right now too, JK. Wow, that was delayed by 6 minutes. I wonder what held up the bot. There's still stuff. I'm still finding stuff holding up the bot, by the way, chat. I mean, like I said, it's sort of hard to figure out exactly. Like, it has a list of what's working on, but I have to do it like off stream and then figure out what happened during stream, sort of a thing. I'm gonna add some more garlic and ginger powder to the outside of these fish, along with some salt and pepper when it comes to going in the oven. Well, what I'm serving tonight is pearl or Israeli, known as Israeli or pearl couscous. It's not really the traditional style of couscous. It's more modern, and what I'm serving is essentially like little pearls or little dots of pasta. True couscous, which is different, like they're both like starches that are commonly served as sides, and you both can serve them with many of the same veggies, but they're completely different textures. And the more traditional couscous is still a wheat product, but it's made considerably differently. At least that's my understanding. The other couscous is a national food. I forget what country it is, but there's countries that care very much about couscous. So that was the ginger. Here's the garlic. Pepper. And salt. And this is going into the oven essentially right now. Set the timer for 18 minutes. Oven is cranked to 425. Our stock is boiling, so I am going to add my couscous. Absolutely, that's exactly how I live, they can see me. This whole thing sort of started from back in like beginning of Twitter days, like, I don't know, like 20 years ago. I was just out of college. I was working 5-6 days a week. I was making project meals on my days off to cover my meals the rest of the week, because I most certainly did not have time those nights. And it's just sort of evolved into, when I had my own business, I was then doing 2 to 3 of them. Now that I'm streaming, I'm doing solidly 4 of them a week. But I've tried streaming more than, I've done a couple of months here and there. I've done a couple of Januaries, I think, where I streamed every day of the month, and it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, I could do it if I had like a family to feed or something like that, but just me, too much. It's too much for the schedule too. Like, 4 is okay. 5, it starts getting into schedule. Because there's a fair amount of non-streaming stuff you have to do to stream. I'm just going to drop all of this in there. That was maybe too much pasta for that amount of liquid. We'll see. Nice, Froggy. Yeah, doesn't that feel great when you can just sort of like learn to just whip things together, or be late at night and you don't want to go anywhere and you figure out something that's yummy? like I said, it gets dangerous when you start learning how to make your own tortillas, and it gets to being late. You know, the quesadillas become quite flexible. It's expensive. You get your stuff ripped off. You get people eating your food. And like, I don't have great service for those sort of things. Yeah, I don't. I try to minimize my deliveries, much less like in-person deliveries. Olive oil in the small cast iron pan on the other side of that mesmerizing boil. Heating this up until it's basically smoking here. Want a nice ripping hot pan for throwing our broccoli into initially. And we're actually maybe a minute or two early on the broccoli. We're going to wait on the broccoli until the salmon's out of the oven. Tahini. Sesame seed peanut butter. Well, without the peanuts. What's everyone else eating tonight other than yummy lo mein? Yeah, that, by the way, that pasta bowl I filled up last night, I filled that up with pasta. I ended up throwing, like, the chicken breast and a bunch of sauce on the top of that pasta and just eating it like pasta on top of that with some of the bread. And then, once done with that, I just reloaded it up with the leftovers, and so I've got this, like, that blue bowl is not only full, but it's like heaping with the chicken and the sauce on top of it. Hi, Ratty Patty. Welcome, welcome. I'm cooking pearl couscous. We got some lovely veggies sauteed up back here. We've got our salmon stuffed and in the oven. And we got broccoli on the cutting board ready to go into the pan when the salmon comes out. You're catching me right while we're waiting on things to do their cooking. Getting close here on our pasta. Sort of surprising, but I mean, they're small, so it's not like there's a ton to cook there. I'm gonna give those a touch more salt because it's pasta. And that's cooking, if anyone's just joining in. That's going with stock. Yeah, it seems like my getting started stream alert didn't go off tonight, I don't think. I didn't get started until late tonight. I went and forgot. Yeah, Discord didn't get an alert tonight. Looks like I'm looking at Discord now. Has Scramble been messing up for people at all tonight? It looks like the last one worked alright. Looked like several of them worked alright tonight. I'm just getting to messages that Buns are telling me privately. I don't know why that's a private message. It's sometimes it don't put the scramble word message. Like sometimes it isn't activating. Well, the way the scramble works is you can activate it independently of the bot, and so you can sort of knock the bot off time if you try to start it in between rounds, or that might be what's happening. I know I didn't quite get the game set up properly when I reformatted stuff. I think it's back to set up properly. Cutting the heat off on the pasta and just putting a lid on it. Maybe I should just make it so the bot is the only one that can start the game. I think I can do that. do dill with this. Could do quite a few things. Freeze-dried parsley in there. If only for a little bit of green if they're mixed there, because the broccoli is starting to fade. Broccoli stems. It depends on your definition, they can see me. Compared to restaurant use, still no. But compared to average cook, most certainly yes. And I like butter. Like I do roux and stuff like that when that's not really, like, modern day we use a lot more starches and stuff like that, like potato starch or corn starch much more often for slurries than I like making roux, if only because they're nice to make on stream. No, I'm horrible at scrambles, even with having hand typed the dictionary that it uses. The game uses a comma separated text file of words. Shoyu, soy sauce. I'm getting some beautiful smells coming out of that oven, by the way, chat. That salmon is smelling yummy. Plating options. What to go with? What to go with? Garlic. Red pepper flake. Salt. Pepper. That was our 18-minute timer. I'm going to give that another 3 and take a look at it. I want a little more color. little water in with the broccoli to give it a little steam action. Pasta is looking cooked. So that's going to go in here. This is great cold too. Doesn't have to be hot tonight. I'm probably gonna focus more on broccoli than on this tonight, because this is gonna be actually even better tomorrow with the pasta taking on some of the, sort of like a pasta salad. Gonna take up some of that veggie flavor overnight. Flame off on our broccoli. We'll let that hang out in the pan. King Chef Daddy. Welcome in, the gear grinder. How's Quahog? I'm not gonna say no to that name, but that's usually a name I expect coming from someone else. Getting some nice white albumin going on there. I just want a little more color. Maybe I should have basted a little butter. That I am most certainly not. I'm sort of split on Gordon. Like, on one hand, he was an amazing restaurateur. I think he's a little more of a cutthroat asshole than I would like, especially considering the stories about what he did to his mentor getting into the business. Yeah, just not. And today he's absolutely not the chef he was of past. Like, I'm not saying that he can't put out some amazing food, but today he is absolutely, oh no, he's older than me. Today he's absolutely TV personality, you know, everything done for him, everything's prepared. You know, there's a second one in the oven that's beautiful already. No, Gordon was cooking in restaurants professionally, like in the 80s when I was a kid. Like, he's gotta be at least late 60s, if not early 70s. Though car accidents like that aren't gonna help you out with that. Some people need to make nicknames in order to remember people, and I'm okay with that. Some people, it's just how their brain works. I don't know how much longer I want to give this salmon. How much longer should I give this salmon, Chop? Because we have the broccoli now, you know, this ain't getting fresher. That's sort of why I was saying I'm going to focus on the broccoli and a little bit less on the pasta tonight, because pasta's better tomorrow. Nope, that isn't the spoon I thought you were. Ooh, that's sort of cut off. Let's do this. Exactly, yeah. There's a lot of us Jason Taylors out there, which is both good and bad. I guess I gotta clean. Well, we can use this one. Thank you, Peter. I mean, we've definitely cooked the salmon. You can see from the white solidification there. The proteins have cooked through. I'm seeing where they're looking like some bones there at the top there, but they'll be easy to pick out. Hi, chap. Getting up and close there. Take a few photos here. Work, please. There we go. Get the opposite angle there for everyone. Different image sensor so you get a different color profile. So there we go, folks. See how some of this stuff here, see how our broccoli is obviously cooked through. Still a little bit of a crunch, but definitely cooked through. Maybe slightly under, according to culinary school rules of it shouldn't be a physical crunch, but it should be an inner ear crunch. All my instructors are big on it's got to have an inner ear crunch. That's obviously cooked and maybe a bit over, even though I was just trying to get some nice color on it. Color. Yum. That is going to be amazing. I have. Do have to look in on the dinner vote. Wednesday. The winner is Cool Ranch Doritos, winning 7-3 against Guava. So Wednesday I'm going to be making dinner and dessert using Cool Ranch Doritos. Between then and now, I'm obviously having salmon and maybe some pasta. I hope you all have an amazing evening. I hope you have a great start to your week. Let's see who's out here in Twitch land. Alright folks, I'm going to call it right there, mostly because I don't feel like trying to say hi, hello. That's sort of the problem with food streams. I want to go eat. I don't want to interact with someone else's stream. I don't want to be like, hey, hello, I did all of this today. Come follow me. Y'all are amazing for hanging out with me tonight. Great dinner tonight. I had fun making this. Hope to see y'all back here on Wednesday. Good night.